24 and 30 specifically talks about two classes of advocates, Your Lordship. One is advocate, one is senior advocate. It does not talk about the third category of advocate, which is advocate but a non-practicing advocate. And Your Lordship, in terms of that, Lordship, yes, sir.
The structuring, yes, if you go by the letter of the law,
Yes, sir.
maybe right. But then it's a structuring for the benefit of the legal fraternity.
Aye.
Should we take a view which will disrupt it? Please understand this. Should we leave them in a hiatus, not to be able to do anything? If at all it is facilitative in character, what is sought to be done is facilitative in character.
Your Lordship, I bow down. Your Lordship, what I'm trying to say here is that Your Lordship, unfettered powers to BCI by saying you hold post or pre, it's up to you. That would be in my humble
Your disciplinary controlling authority. If some other action is to be taken against you, they will take against
No,
you.
no, it's absolutely. I bow down, Your Lordship.
So therefore, yes, they should be held in, but now over a period of time,
Yes, sir.
they have established a regime of a post-examination.
Yes, sir.
It is working. Pre could have also worked. Pre has its own complication. Post has its own complication. So far as post complications are concerned, in the other matter, which if I am presiding, Bar Council there, Vishwanathan is assisting.
Yes, sir.
Suggestions continuously being made and implemented. So we are actually, not our role, but we are monitoring to see that there is a translation of idea. And to the credit of the Bar Council, they have fully cooperated in implementing it. Committees have been found, other things of strengthening the system have been made. Sometimes all solutions cannot be found in one matter. That is the matter dealing with another aspect. Here we are dealing with a constitutional aspect. Please look at the scenario. We have to also, if we were dealing with some very, very technical constitutional issue, we'll deal with it. Here, in dealing with the act, dealing with the members of the bar, we are also concerned, the questions we posed in the morning, but concerning the lawyers, they don't concern us. How will it be structured? How will it, they're not strictly arising from the constitutional framework. The idea was to flag issues so that the Bar Council also bestows consideration on issues like the quantum being covered by the State Bar Council and others. Our endeavor is to facilitate the whole thing. Please don't take a very, you have done good job, you prepared it well. You've given a very nice synopsis. Only thing is the page number is a little dim for us to
I'm
see.
sorry.
No, other than that, it's a very nice.
In order to improve the quality of the page, we lacked somewhere.
You've done some good homework for producing the material. Let's work out in a situation which will facilitate
Your Lordship,
ultimate objective, which is to see that the Bar Council, the Bar exam caters towards producing and checking better lawyers. In terms of if your abilities are not up to the mark, you must improve your skills before you come into the bar.
Definitely. Your Lordship, I'm part of the bar. We have nothing against the Bar Council. We have nothing. Your Lordship, what I'm pointing out is with regard to the post-enrollment, the reason why being, Your Lordship, because this particular bar exam, Your Lordship, I would refer to him as the father of the bar exam, Mr. Gopal Subramanian, for the reason because he was the ex-officio chairman in 2010.
He did some wonderful work on it.
Yes, sir. He was the ex-officio chairman, and Your Lordship, that was the only time after Mr. Seetalwad that an ex-officio chairman, the Solicitor General, was appointed as the Bar Council of India chairman. And there was a period, that was the only time period, Your Lordship, of around 1 year, when Mr. Gopal Subramanian said that no, there has to be a bar exam. Your Lordship, now Your Lordship, the first matter which you are dealing with here, there was an order passed, Your Lordship, by Justice Dalveer Bhandari's bench. Your Lordship, I've annexed that. That is very relevant. How all this came into picture, how the bar exam came into picture. That was a suggestion made. So, Your Lordship, what kind of bar exam was suggested at the very first stage?
See, everything evolves over a period of time.
Definitely.
No, nothing stagnant in the world.
No,
okay. The stagnation means sufferance.
Definitely.
You have to move ahead. So some experiences, some thought processes, good beginning made, improvements made over a period of time. Good idea, nobody doubts that.
Definitely.
So we consider all this, we'll see how to structure it. We are really concerned with some, you have some apprehension that the Bar Council should not get some unfettered power. We'll see what
Your Lordship, there are reasons behind that because it will become so unreasonable, Your Lordship. I'll give you one example, Your Lordship. Your Lordships were talking about seniority at that time. I was just preparing on that. Your Lordship, section 21 says on the date of which the person enrolls, the seniority is counted from that day. Your Lordship talks about a post-enrollment examination. Your Lordship, you give a person, an advocate, the right, the Bar Council of India rule says that the person can appear any number of times for the Bar Council examination. And number of times. There's no bar, there's no limit of the examination which you are holding. So what happens here is, if I am enrolled in 2010, your lordship, as a lawyer, I give the bar exam in 2010 itself. I clear the bar exam, my seniority starts from the day when I'm enrolled. Another person who's enrolled with me on the very same date in 2010 doesn't clear the exam in the first round.
It happens in the second round.
Or third round, or fourth round.
No. It's not unlimited. The person has to
Four,
clear 2 years.
Four, your lordship.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years, 4 times.
4 times, maybe suppose they hold the exam 3 times a year, it will be 6 times.
Yes, sure.
But you get a window of 2 years to clear the exam.
Yes, sure.
Correct. That's it. Similarly, when we flagged the issue of seniority, it was also arising that even if you do a post exam, so there is no perfect world. Okay, so in an imperfect world, we have to see how to reduce the imperfections.
I bow down.
Otherwise, the simplest thing is we can simply decide the constitutionality and go over with it.
I
But why we have flagged these issues? We want the Bar Council also apply its mind to these issues. Somewhere in the other matter, once we have passed here, it will come up before a bench of us.
Yes.
There they would get back on the issues we have flagged. We can monitor those issues.
I understand. I understand that, Your Lordship. Lordship, I'll just come to page 106 for a moment. Your Lordship, that is a clear page number, thankfully. It's on the top.
Absolutely clear, yes.
Top right. Lordship, this was on 29 June 2009, Your Lordship, where this particular issue was the first time raised, in which is the lead matter in this case, Your Lordship.
Yes.
This petition filed by the Bar Council of India raises very serious questions regarding affiliation and recognition of law colleges by the Bar Council of India. It is a matter of common knowledge that before granting affiliation, proper exercise is not carried out. No serious efforts have been made by the concerned authority to learn about the infrastructure, library, faculty before granting affiliation.
This all happened. This has all been monitored in the other matter.
Yes,
What
yes.
I'm repeatedly telling you again.
I bow down, Your Lordship.
What is the purpose of reading this order?
What I'm trying to get from here, Your Lordship, is then the report, Your Lordship, if the job of the Bar Council at the first part, which is the legal education aspect, is carried out properly, then there will never be a need for a bar examination. Your Lordship, if there are colleges which are run in a proper manner, facilitating.
If there is no pollution in the world, nobody will have coffee. It's not similar kind of an example. If there was everything fine with the education, those people would not have passed there. But you have 1,700 law schools. Can you shut down 1,000 law schools? And please understand the various other ramifications. Some people like you may be here practicing. There are people practicing in Mufassil towns. It requires an expertise of a particular level and enough number of lawyers who are willing to practice there. Will you go and practice in a district in a state? You will not. Somebody has to practice there. Na? He has to also provide relief to those people. Therefore, the degree of proficiencies will vary. You provide a minimum benchmark of proficiency. Therefore, we are not saying, it's not that the person who gets 80 marks practices in city, person who practices 70 marks practices there. It's a benchmark and you choose it. So there may be people who may not be, who have basic proficiency, may not be that great a lawyer, but choose out of their own option to practice at the district and Mufassil levels. If you do a good job of providing legal assistance to them, somebody has to provide legal assistance.
Your Lordship, just one point. Page 168 of my written submissions, Your Lordship. Why the whole post enrollment is, Your Lordship, this is the first time when the bar exam question came into picture, and these are the recommendations of this committee headed by Mr. Gopal Subramaniam, along with the Bar Council of India chairman at that time, and also Mr. M.N. Krishnamani. 168 is a bar examination should be introduced for the purpose of admitting law graduates to the bar. As discussed, Supra, the introduction of a bar examination would ensure maintenance of standards in the legal profession, as well as standardization and constant innovation in the standards of curriculum teaching methodology. The committee is therefore of the opinion that qualifying a bar examination should be a requirement prior to the admission to the bar by all the state bar councils across the country.
That's the recommendation. Correct.
Yes, Your Lordship. Your Lordship, then specifically what I'm talking about, Your Lordship.
Next slide.
It said introduced by introduction into the Advocates Act.
Yes, sir. amendments.
Now you are wanting legislative amendments to bring it.
Yes.
We'll do a construction of the act as it exists today. We can't do legislative enactments.
I
Not within our domain. If nothing has happened and this report has come, which is the year of the report?
Yeah, this is 2009 itself.
So 13 years has legislative enactment come. Persuade the parliament. Thank you.
Grateful, Your Lordship. Very grateful for your patience.
Thank you. Yes. Yes. What is your suggestion now, please tell us?
My lords, I am appearing in the writ petition number 25 of 2021.
Yes.
In the second matter,
Yes, please.
the petitioner is a law graduate
Yes.
and he is from Gujarat High Court.
Maybe for me, come to the point.
Yes, my lord. This is the main point, my lord. So he is not able to pursue the practice.
Why is he not able to pursue? He is not able to clear the exam.
Because of my lord's COVID time, there was some problem. Now it is extended. But that is not my case. My case is, my lords, I just, yes, my lord.
This is not
Well,
a difficult exam. In fact, it is too simple an exam. That's the problem with this exam.
Yes.
That is our trouble.
My suggestion is this, my lord.
If somebody is not able to make it, either he needs to strengthen his exam taking ability. Some people get maybe good, but get sometimes very sight with exams processes.
Yes.
Or possibly he needs to fine tune his skills in the examination and academic notes. I'm sure you will help him.
Definitely, my lord. First day also I indicated it, and my
No,
lord.
I'm saying you will help that person.
Yes,
Nobody
this is the way, my lord, that will help me.
No, no, you will help him how to take the
Yes,
exam.
my lord. My lord, my point is this, my lord. I will keep in my mind, my lord. That also. And my lord, what is my submission is this.
Yes.
Till today, from 1960 onwards,
Yes.
study reports, audits, judgments, nowhere saying about post-enrollment exam.
Did they talk about pre-enrollment exam?
Yes, we are supporting that.
No, no. Which of these talk about pre-enrollment exam? How many law schools are there of the countries which you take example of?
My lord, why I am saying this? Because today, my lord, even constitution and irrespective of this case.
Yes.
So we are trying to make a suggestion or some mechanism to be implemented, which is according to us as per 1961 Act, Section 21 4D,
Yes.
24(1)D.
Yes.
And my lord, for easy reference, my lord may come to the last page of my chart.
Yes.
That is in two color, blue color, then red color. It's for an easy reference, my lord.
Yes.
First column, my lord. First of all, section 24, that is for the easy understanding. Persons who may be admitted as advocates on state road. 1D, my lords are well aware. I don't want to repeat. Then, my lords, section 28. These have been gone, was going and coming back because of repeated acts. The first column, my lords, before 61, what was happening?
Yes.
Bombay and Calcutta High Court, attorneys and their law clerks and exam, etc. Well, 61 onwards, according to me, it's very serious. Respondent number, when I enacted the Advocates Act 1961, effective, my lords, in blue color, that blue color area will effect, which is I am supporting. So, effect the act.
When you talk about 61 Act at that time, 61 to 70, the pre-enrollment exam was being held by whom?
Free and by bar councils. I got my lord question. We are not objecting, or we are not saying
I'm just.
state bar council. That is the first section 24.
Exactly the distinction. That when the statute was amended, it was in a way to take away the powers of holding a state bar exams.
Correct.
Then maybe there would be, today we are talking about CUT exam. Why? What very uniform. Maybe at that time it was thought there was too lack of uniformity. What was being done, how people were aggrieved by whatever. The legislature, in its wisdom, thought it must go its way. They never took away the power of the bar council.
Well, my answer is very clear, my lords.
Yes.
See, my lords, then if my lords, what is this charge?
Yes.
2001-15,
Yes.
last column. After 61 remained in force, effect, the act prescribed pre-enrollment training and bar exams. Same time, respondent number 2 arbitrarily introduced AIB rules by with the post exam, a post enrollment exam. My lords, can this be done without following the act which is in force with the 2001 Act? That is what issued by them. That is what I challenge.
We do very simple. State power was abolished. Question is whether the Bar Council of India still has the power of right? To hold an exam once a person is enrolled. That is the question. Pre-enrollment you also hold. We have discussed at length here in your witness group. Problems exist in both scenarios. Pre-enrollment also has some scenarios. Post-enrollment has also some scenarios. Post-enrollment scenario as it exists today, we are endeavoring to fine-tune it in some way. Our council is also attending. Question is whether pre-enrollment can also be done. Yes, I don't think there is any difference of view that pre-enrollment exam can be done. Whether post-enrollment exam monitored as it is by the Supreme Court, would I not be the exam? The only thing.
My lords, I have a humble suggestion in that case, my lords.
Yeah.
My lords saying whether it can be post or pre. My lords, if it is supposed, my lord decide in that way that post, because whatever your lordship's decision, it is the law of the land.
Yeah, we don't know. We may even leave
Yes,
it to
my
our
lord.
council to, we will check the validity of a system whereby whether a post-enrollment exam is feasible or not. Suppose we say post-enrollment is not feasible, then they can hold a pre-enrollment, we'll go back. If we come to the conclusion that Sudhir doesn't hold good law.
My lord, exactly that is my.
That's your plea, we have understood it.
No, my lord, sir, a little more, my lord. Exactly that is what my grievance. I came before my lord's court by way of this writ petition. My writ petition prayers are at page 17. It is challenged the AIBE exam rules. My lord, sir, then suppose post enrollment exam for the time being, my lord, it is allowed or they are going to conduct or they are having the power 49AH. We are not objecting that. Bar Council of India is part and parcel of us. We are not saying that. But my lords, after having or after enrollment, as my lord Justice Maheshwari observed, section 2(1), section 30, I completed all the procedure. You have taken money from me. I am from a poor family. And I somehow managed money and enrolled. Now you are saying that you don't have any right.
I'm saying I will not clear the exam, but I will practice.
No, my lords. No, that is, my lords may kindly see the writ petition. What I am saying is, my lord.
This is the effect is this only. Somebody for bad indifferent reason doesn't clear the exam, then he says scrap everything because I'm not able to clear.
No, that's not my.
I'm sorry.
My lords, kindly see my writ petition. What I am saying, pre-enrollment exam, there should have a mechanism. I'm fully with that.
If you can't clear a post enrollment exam, how would you clear a pre-enrollment exam? Is the difficulty level any less of that exam?
My lord,
It's a question of process or the statutory ability to carry it out. But difficulty level is not going to decrease, it's going to increase in terms of guidelines by us.
my lord, my
So
great.
what will happen is now, you want something or the other, you should get it. Not possible.
My lord, my respectful submission
But
kindly.
we'll examine what your suggestion. Yes.
Yes,
You,
and my lord, from my written submission, one more point, my lord.
yes.
Only one more.
Last one. Yes.
But the subject to one can, sorry, subject to an order of observation, if my lords go through this, because of, I gone through some,
Why
for
did you not go through it? You have given ideas from.
because of my lords,
How?
because of 4 countries, 4-5 countries, they already conducting page 1. They are saying that it's a prerequisite. And all the study reports, orders, judgments saying that prerequisite. Parliamentary committee report is
Have
prerequisite.
you also specified how many lawyers practice in these countries?
My lords,
Asking you. Thank you.
that they have some mechanism, my lords. My lords, may kindly go.
Thank you. Who are you for?
My lordship, I am for
I asked before lunch, who are left, 2 people stood up saying they have to argue.
My lordship, in fact, before I could come, in fact, because Mr. Karthik actually started saying, he started arguing, so that's the reason I couldn't
Not shy.
mention.
See, we have to limit some time, right? We spend.
My Lordship, I would not take more than say 3 to 5 minutes. Your Lordship.
Okay, tell us what you want to
No,
say.
Lordship,
We have not listened till now.
Please, Your Lordship, let me not repeat. In fact, the learned amicus has covered actually most of the points that
Thank you.
I would want to argue, Your Lordship.
Thank you.
But let me start off with saying that I'm not averse to as far as the pre-examination is concerned. Now, if you have to actually trace the very genesis as to why this issue cropped up, was because looking into, let's say, the facilities of the college, where okay, a 3-member committee was set up, where Mr. Gopal Subramanian, the chairman of the Bar Council, and the president of Supreme Court Bar Association.
Yes.
Bar Association. Now, the report that's been submitted by that committee relied upon the 184th Law Commission report, which had made a detailed study, a comparative study of UK, US, Singapore, which actually which suggested that okay, there's a requirement for a pre-enrollment examination. Now, on the basis of that recommendation that is there, the same thing was actually followed in the report also. If your Lordships were to see the conclusion of the report, which provides for a pre-enrollment examination itself, your Lordships. My Lordships, if your Lordships were to have...
The report has suggested pre-enrollment. No.
Please, Your Lordship. The reason as to why the pre-enrollment could not have taken place is because of, V. Sudhir, your Lordships, because the embargo that was created by V. Sudhir.
So if we remove the embargo of Sudhir, then what happens?
My Lordship, in fact, the easier way out would be, okay, reading, section 149, 1 AG.
Every individual cannot see the easier way out. If we say Sudhir does not follow the law, then pre-enrollment is possible, correct?
Please, Your Lordship.
Question is whether post-enrollment is prohibited. Some of them have argued.
It would be prohibited. My submission would be that it would be permitted.
That has already been argued. If you
My
want
Lordship,
to
it would be violative of section 30, Your Lordships. In fact, under delegated legislation, okay, there cannot delegated.
Next.
My Lordships, my Lordships may have section 49, 1
I'm
AG.
saying if you have something new, please add. Nothing new and whatever has been urged, then repeating it by 3 councils will not strengthen it further.
I would only want to
reduce the efficacy of it either way.
I would only cement my argument saying that I'm in actual, in consensus as far as okay, the pre-enrollment is
Like
concerned.
everybody here is.
My Lordships, in fact, the easier way without an amendment would be that if your Lordships were to actually read section 49(1) AG, which can be read into section 24(1), your Lordships, where okay, the amendment also will not be required. My argument is that my Lordships may have a section
No, for pre or post you are saying now.
pre, your Lordships.
Pre, so there is no difficulty.
In fact, there's no amendment also that will be required by the legislature, your Lordships.
The issue is in a post case, some issue arose which Mr. Vishwanathan addressed. Then he slightly modulated his arguments in view of the debate which took place in the court. That's all.
Please, your Lordships. My Lordships may have a look at
When you-
section 30,
Okay, what did Mr. Vishwanathan say? You were here at that time.
please, your Lordships. My Lordships, he did also.
You were not here.
Please, Lordships.
Thank you. Next.
Only one sentence for him, my lords. My junior is saying, only for him. So then, one important point is there. Only
One for
sentence.
you, one for your junior, one for your second junior.
My lord, that training, whether it is post or pre, that training part may be concerned.